Stream has begun.
We good?
Yes, sir.
Looks like it.
All right. Well, it's been a minute, but I'd like to welcome everyone back to the TFGO podcast. With me, as always, is my esteemed panel. I, of course, am Razorhawk501. I'm the Colts user.
I am Nick, the Packers user.
Hellwigy, the Pats user.
And I'm AAC97, the Niners user.
And we're glad to be back. So, for a quick rundown of the agenda today, I think what we're going to do is run through the divisions real quick. I mean, all of them are kind of shaping up to... some of them are already clinched, some of them still kind of in a race. So we're going to run through those real quick, maybe some potential playoff matchups. Then we're going to get into the end of the year awards. And then from there, an open discussion, a round table. So we're going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and say this. The AFC North, South, and East are clinched as far as division winners. So the Ravens taking the North, the Colts taking the South, and then Wiggy, you taking the East, even though you lost to the Dolphins.
Yeah, the game doesn't say I got the East yet, but I do because I'm 5-1 in the division and he's 4-2.
Right.
So it doesn't say it, but even if I lost out and he won out, I still got it.
Even if it has the X by your name, that doesn't give you the... Because you've clinched the playoff berth, I guess it doesn't really give you the division yet, though.
Yeah, no,
So
but I really clinched the division.
So there's no way he can get you, even though he owns the... Even though he's got a win on you.
I got the tiebreaker.
Beautiful.
Hellwigy, tag everyone.
I will.
So I guess with that being said, we move to the real... Excuse me. The only real race in this AFC West is the AFC West. So the Chargers and the Chiefs. Nick, or AAC, I mean, what do y'all think about this division so far? Who's going to end up taking this? Marcus did what we said he had to do, and he took game one against SG.
It's a tough one. Well, he's coming back.
Yeah.
I thought he was
didn't
done, but
expect
like, yeah.
I mean, no one really gave him a lot of credit for the season that he's having. I think he's having actually a very good year. I know that the division is kind of top heavy, and he's just now getting into the Chargers. But 10-3
Yeah.
is a pretty good year.
He just lost a couple running backs though.
Yeah, I saw that. He actually picked up one from my practice squad, Otis Anderson. I'm glad he found a home, but yeah, that is rough. Does DeAndre Swift? He said it's come back. He said it's 7 weeks or something. So is he going to be back for the? I don't know if he's going to be back for the playoffs.
I don't think so.
Oof.
I mean, he's gonna be
Out
back
for 5 more weeks.
Oh gosh.
He can be back for the divisional round, probably.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be the wild card round, so that bye actually would be huge for him if he could get that. I don't know if he can though.
That's impossible. Yeah. You got it.
We'll see. Well, I mean, I'm still behind.
Oh,
Me and SG are tied, and I play him next week, so we actually have like a big.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge game, and then Marcus plays the Dolphins this week, too.
Then I play the Ravens next week for the 1 seed.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, forget about
some
him.
big games.
Yeah.
He's 12-1.
So, as far as the AFC East goes, or West, I mean, for with Marcus and SG, I think it's going to come down to that last game, because SG has some tough games ahead. He has me and you, Razor.
Yep.
Marcus has the Dolphins and SG at the end. So I think Marcus already took one. He's a game behind right now. Whoever wins that last game, I think, is going to win the division.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be a good one.
For sure. And, I mean, really, SG coming in. But is SG going to be able... I mean, I didn't really watch that game. I saw it was close when he first played Marcus. It was like 17-14. Did anyone watch that game?
I did not.
I only watched like the first half quarter.
Yeah. SG's offense, I think he'll get it going, but I don't know, we'll see. Maybe he's gonna pull a Wiggy.
Whoa. It's just about stopping his run game. I feel like me and Marcus stopped it pretty well. So
Oh yeah, Wiggy, you played him. What did you think about him? Do you think SG peaked too early, or what do you think?
No, it's just this. He's been the same as he always is. Just great at running the ball.
Every
Efficient
game's
when
close.
He throws it. Every game's close. just need maybe a little more volume in the passing game to mix it up, and he should be good. But he always runs it well.
No, for sure. I'm looking forward to playing him. So, I guess that's as far as the AFC West goes. Do y'all have any comments about these other divisions? I mean, the AFC West is pretty, or the AFC is pretty much locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wild card is most likely going to be a Dolphins and either Marcus or SG. I mean, it's possible that like Baby might.
What happened to
back,
the
but
Bills?
Oh, he's 6-7. Yeah, I don't know. He lost 2 in a row.
Man.
Schedule caught up with him.
Yeah, I thought Josh Allen was one of my front runners for MVP, but I don't know.
He still
We'll
is
get into that
number 1.
though.
What?
I know, but 6-7, dude.
That's why we need user awards.
That's
Yeah,
why I'm
he
giving
lost
it
by
to
3
user awards.
Jam, lost by 1 possession to Raiders, lost by 1 possession to Hellwigy, lost by 19 to Baby, and then lost by 4 to Bengals.
Wow.
And then he plays Nick, then Dolphins, then Bears. So yeah, he's out.
Oh yeah, Nick.
That's rough.
Wasn't he 5-2 or something like that?
Yeah, that's why I was so
4-1.
shocked. I thought he had like
4-1.
a.
What the fuck happened?
4-1 with a 17-point lead over me with a minute left in the third quarter.
Yikes.
So yeah, AFC's pretty much, you know, either
Yeah.
Marcus or SG, Dolphins or Baby, but most likely Dolphins.
Cool.
Based on the standings.
Well, there's your AFC. I guess we're gonna switch over now to the NFC. So this is a little bit more interesting because we got some races. Obviously, no surprise here. Nick dominating the NFC North at 11-2. Nick, I feel like those 2 losses that you had are just a far gone memory at this point.
Yeah. I was 2-2.
Yeah. One thing I want to comment is the Lions. We always make fun of them. They had some nice wins. They played the Cowboys and they destroyed him. And then they had another nice win. I forget against who.
Well, come on. I mean, it's pretty low of you to bring up the Lions at this point in time when they're, you know.
No, they kind of settled the NFC East though.
They settled the NFC East.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas is 8-5 right now.
Oh, did they? Oh, they beat the. They beat the Cowboys. So yeah, they
Yeah,
did. Oh, I see what you're saying. I was like, wait a minute. Sorry, my brain was trying to catch up with what you were saying. Huh.
Yeah, and Dallas doesn't have the tiebreaker over Philly either, so they're third right now in the division.
Wow.
Well, that's nice. Yeah, that was an impressive win over Crazy War Hero. That NFC East it turned out. Well, we'll get to that, but so the NFC North is pretty much locked. Did the Bears have a chance to get a wild card spot?
No.
No.
No. All right. Well, it's decided. Sorry. Sorry, Will. Colin Johnson, though, that's a bright spot. And Tua.
Bounce back for Tua.
So let's go ahead and move to the... Oh, man, these next 3 divisions are going to be fun to talk about.
Dude,
I guess
the
we'll
NFC
start with
South.
this one. I know. God almighty, we're gonna go to the NFC South, and while I will say this about the NFC South. So, Ty, after a convincing victory one day when he tagged me in his chat, and he put up a 65-10 victory over the Falcons, which I told him was very impressive win. What he didn't mention was the next week when he lost 41-6 to you, Nick. So I don't know why he maybe didn't tag me in that one, but he tagged me in the other one. But it is what it is. So the NFC South. Do we know who won that game yesterday between him and the Falcons? Was it
The
tied?
Falcons won
The Falcons?
No freaking way! Oh my
this morning.
gosh!
They won this morning.
What?
40
This
to
is- this-
34 in overtime.
This is gonna be a
Wow.
fun division. This is gonna be such a fun division. Oh my gosh.
He got revenge for the 65-10 game.
Well, there you go. So, boys, anyone want to pick who's gonna win this, or? Because I certainly
I'm
won't.
still going to pick Ty, but anyone can win it.
Still tied, but like that, like kind of ends any chance he has at winning a playoff game in my mind. Like I just don't see it happening now.
I'll go with the Saints, actually. He was 1-7, I think.
The
and
Saints.
yeah.
I like it.
The Saints are rebounding pretty
Yeah,
nice.
he was
I mean,
1-7.
they're 4-9, but I mean, go from 1-7 to 4-9. That's not bad.
The Saints
Now,
played
why is nobody giving the Panthers a chance?
too inconsistent.
Yeah.
He doesn't score.
Too
enough.
inconsistent?
No, never mind. He scores a decent amount. He's got a bad run, dude. Though. I think it's like, I mean,
Let's look at
40-7
their upcoming
against the
schedules.
Ravens.
Let's see who has the easiest schedule remaining. So Panthers,
He plays the Bucks
he has
twice.
to play Ty
Ooh.
twice, and Havoc. So
Ooh.
I mean, he controls his own destiny at that point. If
Yeah,
he
if
can
wins
sweep
out, he can win it.
I mean,
Yes.
What if
Yeah,
what
he can
happens?
win it.
Yeah, can you tell me the schedule? Who's ever doing our data or our producer in the truck? Can you look at the schedule and tell me what these guys' schedules are coming in?
Yeah, the
Because I
Saints
feel like
are
there's got to
tough
be a tiebreaker somewhere.
okay, so
Saints.
Bucks plays Panthers twice, and Saints. Panthers plays Bucks twice, and Havoc. Saints play.
Cleveland, Tampa, and Philly.
one. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yep. That's the hardest
I might-
schedule.
I might
think
change
it's the
my
hardest
pick.
out of those three.
Yeah.
And then who am I missing?
Falcons.
Falcons, yeah.
It's a huge win for
Falcons
them.
play. Falcons play Grimy, me, and Jam.
Yeah,
so,
forget about it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Get a game over.
Yeah, that's
So I think it's going to be between just because of how hard those schedules are with the Falcons and Saints. I think it's going to be between Panthers and Buccaneers. Panthers controls their own destiny with these 2 games against the Bucks.
yeah. Yikes!
Hey.
That's gonna be.
We could be
Brutal.
potentially looking at a 6-10 division winner.
I think it's gonna be probably like 7-9 or 8-8. I can't see it getting lower than 7-9 though. The division
Hey,
winner.
lowest possible is 6-10. I mean,
That would be terrible.
unless there's ties, but I mean, I'm not counting that. That'd be pretty funny, a 6-10 divisional winner.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm gonna go with whoever got the easiest schedule coming in. So that would be the
Buccaneers.
I'm gonna go with Panthers.
Panthers.
just
It is.
Depends who you have in the Bucks Panthers matchup.
Yeah,
I'll probably take the Bucks.
I'll take. I think Ty can win at least one.
Fair
But
enough.
the thing is that Ty can also lose to the Saints.
You know what? I'm gonna be contrarian here. I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I think the Panthers are gonna take this division, and I'm rooting for it. So go Panthers. I guess it's my pick.
Man,
I mean, Ty just
This division's
lost.
gonna-
I mean, why are we acting like this is
Yeah,
like
he did.
insane? That game, if
This
Ty wins
division's
that
gonna
game,
come so
we're not
close.
even having this discussion. If he wins that game, this discussion is null and void. But he lost, so here we are.
no, but like imagine. So say Ty wins one game against the Panthers. Panthers wins the other 2 games. Saints wins his 1 game against Ty. So Saints would be 5 wins. Buccaneers 6 wins. Panthers 6 wins. And say Saints wins against the Falcons. Say Falcons just loses. So that's 3 teams all at 6-10. That at a 6-10 tie.
And this team, the winner of this division would play the 5 seed, so it would be the Rams.
And if we're counting division wins, Saints has a tiebreaker over all of them with 4 division wins. Panthers has the second with 2 division wins, and Buccaneers only has 1 win.
Yeah, you gotta go with
Oh
Ty.
my gosh, this is gross. All right, well, I guess we all have our picks. Somebody please take this division if you're listening. For the love of God, somebody take this division. Anywho, moving on. NFC East. Now this is a battle for the wild card almost. Chris, like we all kind of called, taking over this division. Crazy War Hero in a bit of a slide right now.
The Cowboys still
Eagles-
job.
Ah, the Cowboys show. You hate to see it.
Who's surprised?
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Oh no.
Call out Nick calling out War Hero.
He
The
lost
Eagles
to the
have not
Giants,
taken him.
too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cowboys has had some bad losses. He's lost to the Giants and the Lions. 2 games he has to win if you want to win your division.
Yeah. And now the Eagles firmly take over the second spot. So, this is Chris's division. Do we see the Eagles or the Cowboys taking a wild card spot?
The Eagles.
The Eagles.
I got to see the remaining schedule for Philly.
Eagles has the division wins 3-2 over War Hero right now.
Philly
They have War Hero, Nick, and Saints,
Ooh.
and War Hero has Eagles, Bears, and me.
Okay, so
Okay. I feel like they might be tied. Whoever is the tiebreaker. So the next
It's
game
going to be
matters.
pretty much whoever wins between War Hero and Eagles on their next game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Going to probably take that last wild card.
Oh, they still have to play each other?
This
Yeah,
week-
this week
Wow.
is their last game against each other.
I mean, that's it. That's it, boys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, I might watch that game. That's going to be a good one.
But
Damn.
if the Eagles win, they could very well lose out playing Nick and the Saints. Especially with the Saints could be winning in if everything goes their way. So it's not a lock if the Eagles win.
But they have to play. But they're both playing for that wild card spot. Which, when we get to the NFC West, one of those guys. AX probably gonna win that division, and then the Rams are gonna lock up that other wild card. So it's basically gonna be whoever wins that game is gonna get that wild card spot.
Yep.
All right.
We could potentially have a 10-6 team just miss the playoffs barely.
Hey
Hate
man.
to see it.
Yeah, hate to see it. All right. Well, NFC East locked down. Let's go to the NFC West real quick, and then we'll move on to the awards. AX, you're in firm control of this division with the Rams probably going to get a wild card spot.
Got a big game against SG after this.
Yep. Does that do anything, or they're playing for? I guess they're just playing for playoff positioning.
Oh,
If I beat SG, that kind of helps Marcus a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess that would.
One thing I will add is I think the Rams have lost to the Seahawks, so the 49ers will have the tiebreaker over the Rams if they both had the same record.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would. I have 5 division wins. Grammy has 4.
Yeah, that was a huge loss to Seattle a couple weeks ago.
Huh.
Yeah, Grammy's getting the 5 seed.
Yeah, especially if AAC wins today, that's like basically locked up.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. I was very impressed with Grimy this year. We were saying it at the beginning of the year, but he's actually turned out to keep this thing rolling. And 10-3, I mean, that's a pretty good season.
Yeah, very good.
That's a really good season. Yeah.
I knew he'd figure it out. He's a good user.
Good for
yeah.
him.
Seahawks.
I don't know
Well,
if
there's
it's
that.
I don't know if it's
Oh, the
the new
Seahawks,
camera
wow.
angle or
He's the most disappointing user, I think. On that,
I
thought he was.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be good, but I don't know.
I'm a bit disappointed when you have all that firepower, and I don't know. It just doesn't seem like maybe he can get his offense going. I don't know. I mean, Russell Wilson.
He beat me a lot of times, Madden.
I don't think I've
that
ever
was
really played.
stacked division last Madden.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I ever played Furry, if at all. Maybe in a preseason, but
Yeah, same.
I played
Yeah.
him once
This
this
year.
year. Or not this year, but this Madden.
oh yeah.
Yeah, no one ever scored. It was like 17-14.
Huh.
That's how he's always played.
Well-
Low scoring.
Yeah.
I guess these divisions are pretty locked up. Just to run through, I guess what we're thinking. So the divisions are pretty much locked up. So in the North, still the Ravens. The South, still the Colts. The East, the Patriots. We have the Dolphins getting the wild card, and then the AFC West, either Marcus or SG is going to win the division, and then whoever doesn't is going to be in the wild card spot. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that'll lock up your AFC. And then as far as the NFC North, you have the Packers locking down the North. The NFC South, we literally flip a coin. If it was like if you have like a 4-sided coin, flip it. Because I have no idea. Everyone just picks someone else. I don't think anyone's worried. If this team, I have a weird feeling that whoever makes the playoff in this thing is gonna have like some sort of like New York Giants type run in the playoffs.
No.
Just something weird, dude. This division hasn't made sense all year, and so it's gonna happen. I can just feel it.
I feel like Ty could beat Grimy because like Grimy, like I feel like the certain time you get him, like he could just be like completely like tired and just like play like how he did against SG and throw 7 picks.
They have the same style of play.
What was that, Nick?
They
Same
both
style
have
of
the
play?
same style. Yeah.
Yeah.
They scored a lot of points and bad defense.
So
Yeah,
then
that's a
for
good point,
the
too.
NFC East, we're giving that to Chris and the Redskins, and then the Eagles-Cowboys games, whoever ends up winning. This week, is that what they're playing?
Yep.
Yep.
Whoever wins that game this week is going to get the wild card spot, and the other one's going to be outside looking in. And then the NFC West, we're giving it to AAC, and then the Rams will probably get that last wild card spot. So, there's your breakdown. I can't wait till the playoff bracket comes out so I can start breaking down the matchups. That's going to be a fun one. But that's what it's shaping up to be. So, we are going to move on to awards. I know a lot of people have been asking for this, SG especially, so where do we want to start with awards, boys? Do we want to do MVP, Rookie of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year? What are we doing?
Let's start with MVP.
Yep.
I think
Yeah, start with MVP.
that's the most appealing one. The one everybody wants to know.
It is the one that, it is the one that the media wants. So, I'm going to list off the top 10 finalists right now. Not that it really matters because this is what are we doing now? Let me ask you this: are we doing this from what Madden says, or are we doing what Madden says and then we're picking our own?
Just what we think.
We could do what Madden, like go over what Madden says and then kind of go over who we think should win.
So, right now the top 10 list at number 1, Tevin Coleman, AX's own Tevin Coleman. Number 2, Spencer Rattler for the Packers. Nick's own Spencer Rattler. 3, Josh Allen. 4, Jameis Winston. 5, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jesus Christ, the Niners are just all over this thing. 6, Carson Wentz. 7, Dwayne Haskins. 8, Patrick Mahomes. 9, Mitchell Trubisky. And 10, Lamar Jackson. So I guess really, this is a 2-man race. I mean,
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Coleman and Rattler are just putting up buku numbers.
And I'm playing Josh Allen this week. I don't see him up playing Rattler.
Ooh.
You're gonna bench him?
No.
Oh god, I thought you were gonna rest him. I was like, wait, what?
I'm saying I don't see him out playing Rattler.
No, Josh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so disappointed with the record of the Bills right now that Josh Allen, I cannot give this to him, even though his numbers are probably amazing.
If you have a losing record, you're not in the MVP conversation. Just
that's
how the
kind
award
that's
goes.
kind of my thinking, unfortunately. I mean, even if he had just like a 1 game above 500, I'm still kind of iffy. So, but it is what it is. So, I guess the way we'll do it right now is that since we have 2 of the respective users for both of these players, I guess y'all just give a little summary and maybe almost like a little campaign speech of why your guy should be the league MVP. Why don't we start with AAC? Why do you think Tevin Coleman should win MVP?
Well, I have both Tevin and Jimmy G. Jimmy G has
Jimmy G
more
ain't winning
passing
it.
yards.
So
Yeah. With Tevin Coleman, he is currently averaging 7.7 yards per carry. He has 1,340 yards rushing. He has the most rushing touchdowns by 4 touchdowns. He has 17 rushing touchdowns.
damn.
And I know he has some decent receiving stats too. Let me look. He has 587 receiving yards and 4 receiving touchdowns. So that puts him at 21 touchdowns. And about like 1,800
Very
yards
impressive.
total.
So the offense runs through Tevin Coleman. It looks like what a stud.
Yeah.
Same here.
And Nick, why do you think Spencer Rattler should get it? Well, I'll say this: the clear-cut Rookie of the Year. But is he gonna win MVP?
I think he should. He's having a Patrick Mahomes-esque season as a rookie.
Yeah.
His touchdown
And
to interception ratio is pretty good. Same with his passer rating. So, and my offense runs through him. So.
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, I would almost say this: if there was like ESPN media coverage, they always want to gravitate towards the quarterbacks. That's the thing. But it's Madden and it's TFGO, so anything's up in the air.
But it's closer.
All right.
It's closer than I thought.
Kevin's also a previous MVP winner too.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Fuck. He's just
He
on
won
a
the
roll.
first season.
It's close though. Your guys.
Well,
it's
we may
definitely
need to
close.
take this. We may
Diamond
need to
Heart.
take this up. We may need to take this up with like some sort of league vote.
Is it my turn to talk about KJ Costello now?
Oh my God, he's not even on the top
We'll get to the
10.
Hey, listen. I got a good case right now, alright?
Oh
He
my
is-
gosh.
The league, he has the least amount of interceptions by a starting QB in the league, right?
Damn.
He's got the highest completion percentage, and he's got the third highest passer rating among all the starting quarterbacks in the league.
Sounds
Okay,
kinda
great.
like
What does
Alex
that got to
Smith.
do with the price of eggs?
He's 12-1.
God.
He wins, and he has great stats, so that's my MVP. He doesn't, he hands the ball off in the red zone, you know? He's not a stat patter. Team player.
What do you mean?
Okay, well let me ask you this,
We trying
because
to
I
say.
don't, I'm not much for lists, but according to Madden, he's not even the 9th best quarterback in this game. So what do you say to that?
I say that Madden rewards you playing chuck and pray and throwing 50-50 balls like Josh Allen's on that list.
Mr. Trubisky doesn't do that.
He has
I don't see him
20
anywhere.
picks.
Yeah, fucking, because he doesn't throw it to the right team. I didn't say he didn't throw it deep, but he doesn't throw it right.
Josh Allen has 25 picks. KJ has 7 interceptions in 13 games. That's like, he takes care of the football, and that's the most important thing, and that translates to wins. And those guys with 20 picks, it's the reason they're losing games. So that doesn't make them as valuable.
So are you saying that KJ Costello is a more valuable I cannot believe we're having this conversation, but do you think he's more valuable than Spencer Rattler?
No, Spencer Rattler is the clear-cut
Okay,
MVP.
so he loses. All right, end of discussion. So
Nah, I was just saying he should be mentioned over some of these mediocre quarterbacks like Carson Wentz with 31 touchdowns and 26 picks. That's all. He should be top 5 though.
okay, well, I guess we'll go.
Coach of the year next.
Yeah, I guess we'll go to Coach of the Year. I really don't know how they break down the awards, but we'll do Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Usually it seems like it's by record, but I remember one time I've seen a Madden coach that went. Chip Kelly won it, and he went like 4-12. It was really funny. So I don't know
I think
exactly how
that
Madden
kind of thing
decides.
triggers like when new users join, and it's like their record since joining. Because I remember Jam was top 10, John Gruden, or something like that when he was with the Raiders.
So right now it looks like we have Bill Belichick at the top, John Harbaugh, Frank Wright, Patricia, Shanahan, LaFleur, Chip Kelly, Andy Reid, Sean McVay, and Robert Salah.
If I had to pick, it would be between Sean McVay for the Dolphins. No, not Sean McVay. Robert Saleh for the Dolphins, and Matt Patricia for the Redskins. Because they were both bad last year.
I'd probably lean towards Salah a little bit since this is his first year, right?
Yeah.
As a coach. So I mean, and the Dolphins didn't even make the playoffs last season. I don't think.
Dolphins had
Yeah.
9 wins last year.
Oh,
Yeah, and they're already at 9 wins.
Yeah.
Not like so. I'd probably have to give it to Salah if I were to choose.
or Patricia, I think.
Or Belichick.
I was about to say, Wiggy is fucking gripping his white knuckling his chair right now that no one is saying him right now. Wiggy, I will say this. I mean, I don't think anyone. If you go 15-1, I think that it's a clear cut. You'll probably get it because I mean that's still an improvement from what you've been doing.
Yeah, 12 wins was my max last year.
Yeah, so
Sure.
I mean you're gonna beat that if you win out. If you go 15-1, I'll probably end up giving it to Belichick just because it's like, how can't you? But did they award this after the playoffs or beforehand?
Before.
Before. Hmm.
Did Belichick even win it when he went 16-0 in real life?
I don't think. Maybe.
I don't remember.
Good question.
I'm not sure if he won it because I don't think he's won one.
How is Chip Kelly
Like
in head
coach of the
coach?
year.
Why is he the head coach of the
Ask
Chargers?
ask
too?
SG.
No, I know he's an Oregon
So
fan, but
bad.
like
Here
Kelly
we
has
now.
that like up-tempo offense, and like
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had that discussion yesterday, Wiggy. I was shocked whenever Wiggy told me that I go, has anyone hired Chip Kelly or something along those lines? And he said he's SG's head coach. And I said there's no fucking way that SG is running that offense with Chip Kelly as his head coach. I was like, there just cannot be. And Justin Herbert as his guy. But apparently that's,
Sounds like a
you know,
disaster.
it just, I don't know if he's the right fit is all I'm going to say for his offense. But that's just me.
Especially
Um,
for Herbert.
Yeah, I know. It threw me off guard because I was thinking maybe a little bit of hurry up spread, and that's just not what SG runs. So, coach of the year, who's our vote? Everyone go around the round table.
I'll go with
I've
Patricia.
got Trisha. I'll go Salah.
I'll go Harbaugh
So-
because he's had his
Yeah, go ahead,
quarterback
sorry.
suspended a couple games. I mean, his schedule's been really easy, but like being 12-1 and not having your QB every game is like really hard.
And
good one.
I'm gonna go with Patricia, but with the caveat that if Wiggy goes 15-1, if Wiggy wins out and only has one loss, I will give it to Bill Belichick.
I just wouldn't give it to Patricia. Chris wins every time, no matter what. I mean, he's 11-3.
But I'm saying
but
if
the-
you win out, I'm saying if you win out, I'm gonna
No,
give
no,
it to
no.
you.
No, I know. I'm just
So-
saying that's why I'd like it's not surprising
Him or
to me
or
that,
if Josh wins out too with 50, he'll be 15-1 also.
yeah, it's just not surprising to me that Chris is gonna finish like 13-3. I think it's more surprising that like the Ravens could be 14-2 or 15-1, or the
Yeah,
Dolphins could be 11-5.
He has a tough division though. So, I don't know.
I mean, are the Cowboys really what we think they are after some of the losses they've been taking to the Giants and Lions?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of a whatever award, anyways.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the AFC then.
I guess we'll move on to the AFC. So is it breakdown to the AFC? Okay, so it says Offensive Player of the Year. Got it. Got it. Okay, so AFC, we'll start with the AFC Offensive Player of the Year. First overall is Josh Allen. Second overall, Jordan Whittington. Third overall, Patrick Mahomes. Fourth overall, Lamar Jackson. Fifth, J.K. Dobbins. Sixth, Mitchell Trubisky. Seventh, Gordon. Eighth, Jalen Samuels. Wow, I was not expecting that. Ninth, Deshaun Watson, and then 10th, Josh Jacobs.
Biggest takeaway for me is that KJ Costello is nowhere on his list.
That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible.
Wiki is fucking pissed. Wiggy, why?
Yeah.
Do you feel snubbed? Are you gonna wear that Zadarius Smith shirt?
Yeah, I do feel snubbed. Because the game rewards bad play and you just chucking it up and running for touchdowns.
I don't chuck it up. I want one of the most controlled passing games ever. I just don't know how to make a read.
No, you got to.
Jordan
How many
Whittingham.
rushing yards you got? That's why.
Yeah, bro,
you
I
have a-
pound the rock. What do you want me to do?
No, with
I paid a-
Trubisky.
Yeah, I use my quarterback as a runner. How is that? I'm getting penalized for that? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's all that matters for MVP.
All right, well, Wiggy's salty because his guy's not on this list, and they put Jalen Samuels on here, and that he's getting pissed at me. So,
And Josh Jacobs.
and Josh Jacobs. So, Offensive Player of the Year.
I think that's where you go with
Samuels
Josh
has
Allen.
1,100 yards and 13 touchdowns. 12 touchdowns.
Who is that?
Jalen Samuels has like 580 rushing yards and 700 receiving, but he's better than KJ Costello, whatever.
Alright, so as soon as Wiggy gets off his soapbox, we're going to continue with this discussion.
Nah,
So-
I'm just saying Jalen Samuels sucks, that's all I'm saying.
Well, then what does that make KJ? Because he's not even on the list.
Snubbed.
Snubbed indeed. So, Josh Allen, I think it's a pretty clear consensus for AFC Offensive Player of the Year. I would like his record to be a little bit better, but he is going nuclear.
Yeah, it's not a team award, so you just got to give it to the best player, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I do that, I'm gonna look at Lamar's stats.
Oh yeah.
Lamar has 19
Yeah.
touchdowns and 13 picks. I'd give it to Lamar because I value not just throwing 25 picks.
Well, what's Josh
Offense.
Allen's stats? Can you tell me Josh Allen's stats while you're
41,
crying over there?
26.
That's freaking. That's great. What's wrong with that?
25 interceptions.
Dude, 41 touchdowns?
Yeah, 25 interceptions. No, you can't have that. That's
His
why.
pass rating's 108.2. That's not bad.
I mean, it looks like he's throwing the ball a lot, Wiggy. You have to adjust for inflation if he's throwing it a ton.
You could also argue for Mahomes, who has a 72% completion percentage, 27 touchdowns and 13 interceptions, 116.8 passer rating,
I'd put Mahomes over.
3,500 passing yards.
I'd put both of those guys over Josh Allen.
Okay, now wait a
But-
minute. Why is it? Okay, well, how about this? Okay, since Wiggy's on his soapbox, how come Jordan's not getting any love? I mean, we're acting like he's the redheaded stepchild of this group.
Who?
So Jordan.
Exactly.
Jordan Love?
Jordan Whittington.
Oh.
He's a running back.
So it's Tevin Coleman.
Because he got 2,000
Whittington
yards.
also has 300 less yards and 9 less touchdowns.
Yeah, because I don't
Eight less
spam him. I
touchdowns.
gotta spread the wealth.
That's what I said
Anyways,
about KJ, but you didn't like that argument.
no, because that doesn't make any sense.
KG's the quarterback.
So
Alright,
it's
let's go
between
to the
Josh.
NFC.
Okay, so it's between Josh Allen. Hang on, between Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. Who are y'all picking?
Patrick
I pick Mahomes.
I
Well, I
guess.
already said Josh Allen, so I really can't go back on my word now. So, I guess I gotta friggin'.
Yeah, I'll stick with Josh Allen.
I'm gonna stick with him too. Do we want to go to the NFC, or do we want to go? We'll go to the defensive. We can go to defensive player of the
Ooh.
year.
Yeah, defense player and the rookies for AFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep it rolling.
Yep.
So defensive player of the year, my guy Shaquille Quarterman, Jadeveon Clowney, Dorian O'Daniel, Jatavis Brown. Some people are gonna have to tell me what position these guys play. Patrick Onwuasor, Ed Oliver, Shaq Thompson, Desmond King II, and Tim Williams, and Tre'Davious Mitchell. So, who do we think? Who do we think's winning it here, boys?
Mitchell.
I mean, it's Shaquille Quarterman. I'll answer that for you.
I don't know any
Who?
of the stats. Let me
Yeah, I'm
look.
looking. Who's Mitchell?
It's
He's
Shaquille
my middle
Quarterman. I'll save
linebacker.
y'all time. No,
Nah,
Shaquille
linebacker.
Quarterman is the
Quarterman.
best.
I'm gonna look at both their stats. They're probably very similar, and my guy just got snubbed again.
That's
Okay.
weird because they put my guy at the top and your guy at the very bottom. So,
Yeah, your guys got 8 picks because you sprint and coverage sometimes, but
Jadeveon has 16.5 sacks and an interception. 62 tackles.
You got 5
What's Quarterman?
sacks
What
there.
position is he?
middle
What is he?
linebacker. He's got 8 picks and 5 sacks.
Oh yeah.
So he's
He's gotta be Quarterman.
tied for 4th in the NFL. 5 sacks, 96 tackles. Which
mean,
is
Mitchell's
it's,
pretty
it's
good,
not top
too.
10, but
Mitchell's a
Forced
rookie, and
fumble.
he's got 6 picks and 1.5 sacks. And he forced a fumble.
Quarterman have any forced fumbles? He has 4 deflections, no forced fumbles, 1 defensive touchdown. Desmond King has 3 defensive touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
Shout out to Mitchell, who
I'd
got
probably-
superstar last week.
I'd probably give it to Desmond King based off these stats. 9 picks and 3 touchdowns is crazy. And a forced fumble. 8 deflections.
So
Yeah,
AX
for me,
giving
it's
it to Desmond King.
I'll give it to Quarterman.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, you better. It's Shaquille Quarterman. We don't have to waste our time with this any longer. So Shaquille Quarterman
Alright.
is gonna win. Shaquille Quarterman's gonna win AFC Player of the Year. We'll move on to rookies.
I mean, it's your guy, Whittington.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's not a
I'd give it-
debate.
I'd give it to Whittington. I don't even know any of these other guys.
Next, we got to talk about the defensive guy a lot more.
Okay.
Terada Mitchell. Never heard of him.
I
Let's
never
move on.
heard of him either.
He's trash. NFC.
I mean, those are pretty
mean-
cut and dry. Those guys are on the Player of the Year list. They're probably gonna win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, exactly.
So
He's just that good.
there you go, Wiggy. We both got one. Proud of us.
Are we gonna
Yeah.
go with best quarterback and all those, or just move on?
Where are we
It
at?
seems like a lot. It's up to
Yeah,
y'all.
we'll just go on. Nah, it's fine.
Let's get to the NFC.
You guys just
So
want to skip KJ being top 5?
So NFC Offensive Player of the Year. This is almost the same as the MVP race. It's either Tevin Coleman or Spencer Rattler.
I'd go with Coleman on that one.
I think whichever one doesn't win MVP gets this one.
Agreed.
Deal. So keeping it moving. Defensive Player of the Year. Look at this. The Rams. Wow, have two of their top guys. Aaron Donald is being a dominant force. as
Aaron
usual.
Donald's already at 23.5 sacks, so you would have to give it to him.
Yeah.
I'd give
Clark.
it Kenny Clark.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Kenny Clark. He's down on this list. I almost didn't see him way down there.
He has
Kenny
21 and a
Clark.
half sacks.
I'm not giving it to a defensive lineman, especially interior, because they're so easy to get. I'll probably just give it to Josh Jones.
I'm not using those, so.
Is
I'm
Grimy
pretty sure Grimy
using-
doesn't usually.
Yeah, I
don't
didn't know
think
if he does. I don't think he
Uh,
did.
I still think
yeah,
that's more
he
impressive
used to
than the
do it in
D-line
Madden.
getting home. Even if he does use him.
So who are you giving it to, Wiggy? I just hear you
Josh
chirping,
Jones.
I don't know. Josh Jones.
I'll look at Stafford. That's my guy. Josh Jones. What the fuck?
Aaron Donald.
That's your guy? Did you like somehow trade him on accident and didn't know? Or?
No, he was bad in year one. He was like 68 overall. I got a third for him somehow.
Well, it looks like y'all both made. That's a rare case where
That's a
the
win-win
deal
trade,
both
yeah.
parties won. Yeah, exactly. Very nice.
I mean,
What
yeah,
does Josh
I'll get-
Jones play? Is he a corner? What is he?
He's a free
corner?
safety with
Free safety.
Sub linebacker,
11
probably.
picks. Oh yeah,
Does he play sub linebacker?
that would make sense.
I could check.
I think he's a safety who subs in at sub linebacker, and he was good in Madden 19, and that's why he traded for him, just so he could replicate it. I believe that's what happened.
We knows all, like, the
Josh Jones
inside-
is second as a sub linebacker. He has Littleton as his regular sub linebacker.
No, I mean, is he like big enough to like sub in as a linebacker? Because you can't have a safety as your sub linebacker in the depth
He's
chart.
6'2", 220.
So yeah, he probably does sub in.
So he's versatile. So I almost like, yeah, I'm actually kind of with
He
you
has
on
to sub
that.
in because he has Amos and John Johnson. Like, he has to be the linebacker. That's insane. He has a sub linebacker as second and defensive player of the year.
Yeah, that's really weird. How many?
Let me look at
Almost-
these stats.
Can you look
He
at how
probably-
many snaps he played?
He probably starts
Jones?
as strong safety and base, and like, or on first and second down and nickel,
Well,
and then on third down he comes in. That's the sub guy.
He'd have to sub him in though, because he has John Johnson and Adrian Amos.
Oh, he has Amos too,
And
right?
John Johnson has 5. I mean,
That's weird.
John Johnson has 640 downs played, so he's not subbing him out. And Amos has 676, so he's not subbing him out either.
So I
What
guess he's
the
playing
heck?
exclusively linebacker. I think he's
Josh
just-
Jones has 667
Yeah, he
snaps
mu-
played,
he
so
must
yeah,
have
he
played
has to play
linebacker.
linebacker. Yeah,
or a ton of big
just-
nickel.
yeah, it could be big nickel, but
Oh, you think he
I think
play?
it-
Yeah, he could. Do you think he plays him in the slot?
I think
Yeah,
he
he
does
could do
both.
that too,
I think he
but-
does both.
let me look at the slot corner.
He's like
guys-
Tyrann Mathieu, this guy. I need to get Grimy. I need to talk to Grimy. I'm gonna ask him
Yeah,
how
you
he
should
uses
watch
Josh
his next
Jones.
game.
Yeah,
Just to
because that's
see like what's
insane.
up.
My guess is he just starts the game at linebacker. But
Yes.
I know.
He doesn't even have Josh Jones on the slot corner depth chart.
Yeah.
What is this
So
guy
he has
You guys
playing?
gotta watch his next game. Just
He has to play him at. Let me look at his stats, because if they're linebacker stats, then
Oh my gosh, this is insane.
I've never seen this before.
I might
Someone
just
second
give it
and
to
only
him just
playing
'cause
in
of mystery.
sub linebacker.
One of the most shocking
he
things of
has
this list. Oh,
70
sorry, go ahead.
tackles, 11 interceptions, 1 sack, 9 deflections, 1 forced fumble, 2 defensive touchdowns. I still don't know what this guy plays.
He's
Like,
Tyrann
I don't
Mathieu.
know.
More.
He's like some sort of weird
Isaiah
box
Simmons.
safety.
yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
some sort of box like in the middle safety, but I don't know any formations that even give you that besides big nickel.
I'm gonna look at
I know-
Grindy's game after this, and I'm gonna break down this film because I'm
Yeah.
gonna see what he does.
Could
with him.
be nickel triple, but I don't know which formation triple is even in.
Yeah, my guess is 90% sub linebacker and then like a tad big nickel.
He has to use her here because there's no way he gets 11 interceptions without that.
Yeah.
Has to be. So we're not giving it to Aaron Donald. If that's the case, we gotta give it to this mysterious man, Josh Jones. Because Wiggy
Yeah,
doesn't think.
I wanna know more about him, though.
DTs. Just because they get sacks, we don't want to give them MVPs.
Yeah, I don't know how Josh Jones even has these stats.
I mean, that's what you
crazy.
said. Wait, Wiggy, you don't think Aaron Donald is affecting every snap on every play, regardless if he's rushing the passer or stopping the run or
Yeah, so is Malik
forcing overthrows?
Jackson. So is Ed Oliver. So is every single
Kenny
defensive
Clark?
tackle in the league. Kenny Clark. They're all the same. They're not valuable. There's so many that can do it.
Donald has 90 tackles. Ow. 90.
Yeah, that's a lot.
16
for a
tackles for
DT.
loss.
Yeah.
I mean, again, well, Wiggy doesn't want to reward him.
Aaron Donald also has the most downs played by 110 snaps. What?
He never gets off the
Okay.
field.
Yeah.
Let's
That
just
may
go with
also have to
Josh Jones.
do with. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to. I guess we're gonna give it to Josh Jones if I can figure out what the fuck
Oh,
he does.
I also know for some reason he has Aaron Donald played special teams too. I don't know how he does that. I know he does that though. Like he's on kickoffs.
Yeah, you.
That's actually.
Your starting linebackers on kickoff too, or you're not. That's not what I was gonna say. Your starting
Your
corners.
second linebacker.
Your starting corners or your gunners on punt return or something like that.
It's your second safety. I know because I would do fake punts, and the gunner is the one who catches the ball on the fake punt, and that's your second safety.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of punt return or other side. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna give it to Josh Jones, and I'm gonna figure out what he does after this. So Josh Jones, Defensive Player of the Year for the NFC.
Quick shout out to Mike who forced the fumble on special teams.
Oh my God, Mike.
Yeah.
Special teams player of the year.
Did he really?
Yeah. And he has,
Oh wow.
he has 3 touchdowns now.
Is he ever coming back to the league, or what is he? He's just kind of like a ghost, or what does he do?
Mike is just Mike. Like,
Yeah.
he's doing his
I
thing.
think Mike will be back for next Madden. We'll finally get the return of Wake and Bake.
Marcus
nice.
needs to talk to him and get him back.
Yeah, it would be nice. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, this is a clear cut. It's Spencer Rattler. Although I am kind of
Yeah,
impressed
no
that the
debate.
Falcons have 3 people on here.
Yeah, but I mean, it has to be Rattler.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll
If you're in the
I will
argument
say-
for MVP,
yeah.
then you're obviously going to win the Rookie of the Year.
Now, I will say this though: Spencer Rattler, clear Offensive Rookie of the Year, but best name for a rookie, Cavassier Smoke. That got my vote. So Spencer Rattler, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Let's go to Defensive Rookie of the Year.
That's my guy.
Kayvon Thibodeau,
Thibodeau.
and then Ventrell
Ventrell
Miller.
Miller.
I don't know
Miller's
enough
an
about these
off-ball
guys.
guy. He's an
That's
off-ball guy. He's got a couple picks. Decent amount of tackles. Good off-ball guy. Very fast. 88 or 89 speed.
He's got. I'll say this about the Bears: he has to have the fastest linebacking core
Yeah,
in the
him and
history of
Roquan.
the league. Yeah, they're basically safeties playing down there. So, I don't know what Kayvon. I'm assuming he's a safety.
No, he's my edge rusher. Superstar X Factor.
Ooh.
He traded Jari Alexander for him. The pick that got him.
Yeah. He has 12 sacks. I mean, yeah.
That's good for a rookie.
Yeah. You guys should
I don't
have
know
seen
why
the pick
people-
6 he got. Figured to see it.
And this goes back to that whole argument about, oh, our edge rushers don't do anything anymore. Oh, they are rookie getting 12 sacks in year 1, boys. I mean, come on. Let's
Isn't
all
that more
relax
than Nick
about this.
Bosa had in real life? Didn't Nick Bosa
I
have
have
like
no
11
idea.
sacks?
You'd have to tell us. You're the statistician.
Yo, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
I bet.
That was weird. We started talking about his player, and then he's left. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna give it to either him or, well, I guess I'm gonna have to give it. Thibodeau's got that many sacks. I mean, you almost want to give it to him, but I don't know enough about
Thibodeau
Ventrell.
only has 43 tackles. He does have an interception though.
Okay, well, so he's just a pass rush specialist. I want to know.
Yeah.
Does anyone know? Do you know what Ventrell did this year? Can I hear Ventrell stats?
What? He's on the Bears, right?
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Ventrell is a. What is he? He's a off-ball linebacker. 4 interceptions, 3 sacks, 77 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, 7 deflections, and that's it.
It's not really anything too good in the NFC Rookie of the Year, but either could win it, I suppose.
Hey, Yak, what about your dude? What about
16
Josh
tackles for loss.
Blackwell?
Blackwell, I'm kind of sad he's not gonna win it. He only has 3 interceptions. He's my slot corner.
Oh.
I mean, he's nice, but I've won it the past 2 years in a row with Gilman and Ambry Thomas, and each of them had I think 7 and 8 interceptions or something like that. Like Ambry was my number 1 corner, so
Oh wow,
Blackwell
nice.
Blackwell hasn't played as good as those guys did when they won. I mean, he's been solid, but nothing crazy.
Well, this one's kind of up in the air. Who are y'all giving it to?
I'm back.
Well, you're just in time to make your pick,
No.
so we don't know who we're giving it to.
I'll go next guy, I guess.
I'll go with Ventrell because he's tied for 4th in the whole NFL for tackles for loss.
Well, how many tackles does he have? I'm sorry.
I think it was 16 tackles for loss.
How many tackles total?
Oh, let me look.
I know he's got 3 picks.
He has 4 picks and 77 tackles
Not bad.
and 7 deflections. Like he seems to be all over the place on that defense.
Well, I guess,
Let's just go with Miller.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, before
I think that's it, right?
before we move on, I just want to say that
Best kicker. No, I'm just kidding.
if you're listening, Marcus, we need user awards because some of these awards are just so flawed. Like if you go to best offensive lineman in the AFC, Shaq Mason is number 2 with 10 sacks allowed. David Andrews is 5th with 6 sacks. He's just whatever. And then Joe Thuney's 6 with 13 sacks allowed. It's just an overall award. So
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and point this out because you skipped over the person that's number 1, which is Quentin Nelson. Is there any reason for that, or
I just looked up my guys.
Well,
And
while you're
they-
looking at your guys, why don't you take a look at the top and see who's actually
Alright.
winning that award?
Oh, okay.
I think it'd be cool if we did comeback player of the year too and stuff like that for user awards.
That would be nice.
We don't get major injuries though. So
I don't see the point of
Yeah,
looking
but
up
it doesn't
Quentin
have to be
Nelson.
for injury. Like it could also be
just a bad season to a good
some
season.
some dude was a bum and all of a sudden became really good, like Tannehill
Yeah, I
in real
guess.
life. Like Tannehill sucked with the Dolphins, then came to the Titans and took him to the AFC Championship.
Yeah,
But
we can do that.
it would just be so much easier if we turned down the XP for that week, right? And we actually gave it to the guys who deserved it instead of who's the top candidate who sucks.
That would also involve the league office like doing a lot more work though too.
I don't think that like. I feel like it would just be better for the league though. Like, I just don't think it's. Who's a bad?
Would you do it? Would you do it week to week, Wiggy, or how would you do it?
No, you just turn it off when the awards come out, so it's after the Pro Bowl or something, or like the playoff week.
I get what you're saying.
So it'd be kind of like a player review, an extra player review for award winners at the end of the season.
Something like that, but like
you guys would increase the attributes, right, for whoever you think wins the awards.
Yeah, and like an argument that's been brought up against it is that too much XP has already been given out, but like that's already a problem because when we started, the best team here was an 81 overall, 79 overall, and now that's the floor for teams. Like the worst teams is 79, 78. We got 86 overall teams. So like.
So what do you want everyone's team to start out at? Like a 70?
No, that was just more of a point that XP should be lower, and that's not really an argument. That's not really an argument to like make our own awards because it's already broken as it is.
Yeah, XP's lower, and then more monitoring on the breakouts.
Yeah, even though we don't have abilities, we have people like unlimited amount of superstars now.
And they get a lot of XP from just being a superstar.
Yeah. I mean, if we can figure out a system, obviously we've been trying to figure out what to do with XP for a couple seasons now. So I mean, we can always try different stuff, but you know, if you got any suggestions or anything, I mean, let us know, and we'll try to implement it. Wiggy, are you upset that Greg Zerline got snubbed for best kicker, or?
I choked so many kicks. He shouldn't even be in the top 10.
Okay, well,
I missed one against Nick that could have sealed the game, and he missed another one like that. I can't kick for my life. He shouldn't even be top 15 in the AFC.
Noted.
Have you seen Marcus kicking?
I have.
Me and him competing for last.
Right, we can jump into the last topic of the swerve controversy.
So
Fuck
there is a discussion that got brought up by Jam, one of our users, and it stimulated a discussion of, I guess, what we consider a swerve, or I guess the discussion is what we consider a swerve, what we think about swerves. And I guess I'll leave it to y'all since y'all are the ones that wanted this topic. So I mean, have at it. I mean, what do we think?
Until we make a set rule about it, it's kind of just a moral thing for now. Like, you know it's bad, don't abuse it. But if you do it once, like people know if you do it once or twice, nobody's going to do anything about it. So people are going to continue to do it until it gets abused or we put a rule in about it.
Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah, I think the whole swerve thing in the rule book, it's only meant for the swerve catching, right? Like I don't even think it even like specifically rules out swerve running.
Yeah, we did talk about trying to like implement a rule, but we couldn't find anything that made sense.
I mean,
it's a gameplay thing.
No offense to anybody, but I don't think it will happen until it happens on a big stage, right? Like the Super Bowl or something, or like playoff game with Marcus, and a bunch of people are watching, and it decides the
playoff game with Marcus.
I mean, no offense, he's gonna have a lot of viewers, you know.
Yeah. I think it should definitely be addressed though before something like that happens, because like I've played against people where I'm about to tackle them, and all of a sudden you just turn in and just dodge the tackle without actually doing a juke or anything. And I think that's a swerve. I don't like that.
I'm just waiting for a playoff game where like someone just like runs backwards on the last kickoff of the game and wins. You know, like I don't know why. I just feel like it's gonna happen.
But here's my thing though. Like that thing that you were just talking about. Yeah, like let's say like you're running down the side. Like you know how when you're running down the sideline, and then like it's just you and like maybe the safety coming over, and all you gotta do is that little move to the inside and then back, and then all of a sudden you're just around the guy. But like everyone's done that. Like I'm pretty sure everyone in the league has done that. So it's like, is that a swerve or is that just you missing a tackle? Because the guy's got to cut into open space. That's the whole thing that happened with Nick in the Redskins game where he was calling it a swerve, but then it's like, well, is he just did he swerve him or is he just trying to run into space? Because you're not gonna juke in that situation. You're not just gonna jump dead right. Like you're gonna flow with your run. So I don't know.
I think if it's a deliberate, actual deliberate way to avoid a tackle animation, it would be a swerve. Because whenever I never do that. Like the very first season, I think I did it once, and then after that, I have never swerved in that way. I always either juke or I truck them or I go for a stiff arm because I don't want to, have that whole swerve reputation being a thing.
Yeah, if anybody watches me,
I don't agree with how swerving happens.
They know I over juke.
If you try to exploit pursuit and goals, I mean that's just wrong, I think. But
yeah, like I'm fine with people running a little bit like a more lateral, like outside to outrun a guy, but I don't like it when you like a guy's coming at you and you just abruptly change a direction to just avoid a tackle animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is that the pursuit angles are so bad. It's like I mean it's almost like sometimes I think people do it and it's like they're not even trying to. It's just like the pursuit angles are that bad. Some people are definitely doing it on purpose, but it's like you almost just like if they say they didn't mean to and it happens, like what do you do? Like that thing that we saw with the clip that Jam clipped, where I don't know what the fuck is a swerve. I guess is what I'm asking because I don't know.
But Jack Barr's hands were sweaty, so. He did.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point, Nick.
Yeah, his sweaty hands made him perfectly avoid the tackle.
I think it's very similar with like, I know I just said this, but like literally with anything that's quote unquote cheese, like people aren't gonna care if you do it once or twice, but if you do it, like keep doing it.
If you're known for it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot more people are going to care if they do it once or twice if it's in like a critical situation, like say like a punt return at the end of the game and then all of a sudden he just swerves two guys and gets a touchdown. I mean that's people would get really pretty mad at that and you'd say the cheese rule and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it'll happen that, but I also think like what Wiggy said, it's like I actually said this in our league group chat too. I was like, look, like we know if like you're gonna know if people habitually do it, but like it's gonna happen once a game at least, once or twice a game at least, which is like whatever, just deal with it. Click on and make a fucking tackle. But if it doesn't, but if the guy's doing it like every time he hands off to the running back, then I said it's a user violation, and we abide by the user violation rules. I think we have a loose rule about it, and then if we deem that it's punishable, we lay the hammer down, and that'll make people do it less, almost ruling with an iron fist almost. But we have to give them some leeway because some people sometimes the game just wigs out, like you can't do anything about it. But
I think it's
that's just
so
my two
easy.
cents.
I think it has to be blatant, but like it definitely goes against like the whole cheesing rule. Like it's cheesy to be swerving in and
I
out
feel
of
like it's
tackles.
so easy to swerve too, like
It's really easy.
It is.
Like,
You just have
It's
to move.
super duper easy. You just move your stick. That's it.
Yeah.
like it's something that can happen just like within a second, and like
No, like
you don't
straight
wanna
up,
get
if I swerved with Tevin Coleman in this game, he'd probably be averaging like 10 yards a carry instead of 7. Like swerving is really easy to do in this game.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a shame they couldn't
Oh,
fix that with all these patches.
I don't
Shit
know what they're
ankles.
doing.
end of the day, we're not going to make a rule about it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it falls under the cheese rule, pretty much. So it's like a discretion type thing.
Yeah.
So there's that conversation. Hey, Yak, how are we looking on time? Because tell me how
We're
much time we have.
at hour 4 minutes.
Hour and 4 minutes. Jam said he wanted more game theory talk at some point in this podcast, like you did last time. I don't know what he means.
It means
You
like
want
Last
tips?
time we talked
You
about user D-line. So.
He wants tips.
Yeah. I want to know, Jam.
We could do something
Oh,
like
hang
that.
on, he's typing. He's typing. Let me see here. You talked about coverages when you use different ones and stuff. Strategy. Okay.
I have a decent debate here, or not debate, but like topic I kind of just thought of. So like, you know how like
Well, Jam, what? Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, okay, what I was gonna say was, you know how like in real life, like you can't really rely on a running game to win, like solely. I mean that's pretty consensus, but like in here, can you win here with only a passing game? Like
Yes.
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 You can't
feel
win with
like-
only running. You can win with only passing.
I don't know if
I think you
someone
can win with
here-
only running also.
I think, not just trying to say this, but like, I feel like Nick is probably like the only team here who can win without running.
I mean, Hellwigy, you're
Oh.
12-1 without running.
Okay, no, I mistook your question. No, I get what you're saying, and I agree with you now. Because I thought you meant, is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Are you saying it's sustainable? No. Because I try to do that, and I'll throw 100 picks if I do that. But Nick can do it. So, it is possible.
I mean, I don't know.
That's why I don't like my chances this year. Like, I know,
Well, I don't either.
because I run for like 40 yards a game, and just
There are-
like,
There are situations like you gotta run the ball. But I don't know.
like if it's 3rd and 1, I don't trust myself to run it at all. Like, it's bad.
But let me ask you this, though, because Wiggy brought up the point when he played the Dolphins that all he did was run it 30 times, and then he would just check it down whenever he threw. Is that the way that, you have to, like, almost, like, if you know that you're not as good as a user as the other guy, is that how you almost combat that, and that's just the formula to win?
I think it was just a matchup thing. Because Wiggy has good corners and stuff, so he decided to run the ball and play conservative.
I agree. Like, I agree you don't want to throw at Wiggy's secondary, but I guess the Dolphins almost put out the playbook on how to beat him. Wiggy, do you agree?
I don't think he put out anything. It's been the known plan for a couple of years.
I'm just trolling you. I don't know.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I mean, my run D is actually a lot better. Like a couple of years ago, probably like 32nd. This year, it's like top 16. But, like,
That's a
it's
vast
been really
improvement.
bad. Yeah. I just you got to stop to run the win, because people will literally just do it every play.
Yeah, but what's the tough? I mean, I think, but here's the thing: is that people always complain about stretch, but I still think the toughest run is any spread set and you run an inside zone,
I
like a
think
trips tight end or just spread, just in general, like a 4x4 or a 2x2.
I think halfback dive is probably the hardest thing to stop.
Oh yeah, it's
Really?
so good. I don't have any of my playbook.
Just a regular, like an I-form halfback dive.
Single back.
Like a
single
single
back,
back,
yeah.
single back, halfback dive, I form, like ISOs are good.
Oh yeah, single back.
RPOs are good. RPO stretches are pretty good in general if they're not, if the defense isn't prepared.
I love RPOs. Single back like trips, and it's like a light, because like they basically force a light box, and then just a dive out of that is, I feel like, impossible unless you get a block shed anywhere. Like you're just not gonna stop it. So, I don't know.
Yeah, you have to stop those inside runs. You gotta like either pinch your line or crash it inside.
Yeah.
Call run blitzes. I mean, you gotta like,
Get a
really
safety and
adjust to
boss.
be able to stop the run.
See, I never
Yeah.
do that. I honestly never do that. I literally just run my coverage stock and then just pray for a block shed. And all I do is just try to get block shedders on my team, like my front seven.
You gotta know your personnel too. Like, if you got a box
Sure.
safety playing a strong safety, you can place like 2-eye and expect you gotta get the run.
Yeah.
And
And
against
if
pass,
someone's
too.
starting you on the run, I mean, you can also call base defense against those like single back 3 receiver sets and stuff, as long as it's not like 2nd and 15 or something. Like you gotta sell out for the run sometimes if they're destroying you with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to my point, like in the AFC, not just to make this about me, but like I feel like I'm the only finesse team in the AFC that's making the playoffs. Like the Chiefs like to pound it, run a lot of stretch. Chargers, you know what they do. You run it a decent amount, and Ravens got Lamar.
When you
I don't
say,
see
what do
the
you mean
little
by
bit there.
finesse?
Like you can't run it to get a yard if you needed it. Like they're not like having a drive where they run it every single play and score.
You're telling
Yeah.
me. You're telling me if you needed a yard, you couldn't get it with that O line with Shaq, like running behind Shaq Mason.
If I needed a yard, I'm throwing the ball.
I don't know if
Even
you
on
should be
second
saying
down?
that on this podcast. I mean,
Well, now
I don't
because
know.
next 3rd and 1, I'm going to be able to run the ball.
are
Now
you?
no one knows what I'm doing because I just contradicted myself, so I'm back where I started. I'm good.
Yeah, that was
No
a
one
kind of
knows
weird
now.
little meta game you just played there.
Yeah, now no one knows what I'm doing again.
So on
I
second,
think Marcus is fairly finesse. I mean, he doesn't pound the rock really.
Doesn't Marcus call like suggestions a lot and like run a lot of power sets on 1st down? I know he's like a 2 tight end stretch guy.
He
Wow.
has Travis Kelsey.
What? I wasn't.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Does he? You tell me.
You said wow, like that was a bad thing.
I mean,
No, I was
Marcus-
saying.
Marcus,
You
I mean,
said
he
you
passes
said does
a
he
lot.
run suggestions? So I don't know if that's like. I'm almost positive there's a rule against that. If that's the case.
No,
No,
people-
No, it's
running
on
suggestions
defense.
on offense is allowed.
Oh, on
Yeah.
defense,
that's
my
not
bad.
allowed. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Like I run suggestions on offense sometimes, and I don't care to freaking look at all my formations. I mean, if I'm just playing just to play, I'm just gonna go suggestions, and make sure I call a balanced offense. But if it's a close game or something, then yeah, I'll go into formations.
Yeah, like Marcus is probably like the team I want to play in the 1st round, just because I know he won't like. He's got Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes. He'll want to chuck it, you know. That kind of plays to my strength of trying to
That's
stop
one of
the
the
pass.
most insane statements I've ever heard anybody say in this league. I want to play Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill in the 1st round.
Yeah,
Well, actually, your team. I will say this though. Your team is actually built to like play them, so that may actually be right.
went very well this last time we played in season 2. The
Yeah,
playoffs.
and Swift is out too for Marcus, so that'd be
Yes.
huge if
Swift.
Marcus ended up playing.
Swift was out the last
playing
time we played in the
Hellwigy.
playoffs.
He's with PFF. He doesn't care about running backs, so he'll
No,
be
but
fine.
I think Swift actually will be back for the divisional though. So
He's gotta
if
win a game in the
Marcus plays
playoffs, though.
Hellwigy. Yeah, he'd have to win the wild card, which I think Marcus could do. He hasn't won
he
yet
hasn't
though
done
in
it
the playoffs,
yet.
right? Yeah. He could do it. I think
Yeah.
he beat
Yeah.
SG this year. I mean, he has as good of a chance as any year.
he won 2 Super Bowls. So not bad. Like
Well, I mean, wasn't Madden 19 even worse with the team building? Like, I remember when I played Nick, the final game
Yeah,
of
I'm
TFGO
just
for
saying.
me,
I'm just saying.
96 overall team.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
He had a 96 overall team in the TFG league. What the heck?
Yeah, with the
Yeah, and I had
49ers
a
at the end.
78 playing him in the playoffs.
Jeez.
Marcus
yeah,
was
there's
like
no way you can even.
94 or something.
That's why
You can't even like.
Expedience
You straight up
to be
without
fixed.
cheesing, you can't beat a team with that much of an overall difference.
I know.
Oh, me and what's his face? I think me and McCready had that debate. Well, I was saying it was scheme over team to a certain point, but there's also hits a certain threshold where it's like
Yeah, yeah,
10
yeah.
overall
I
I
higher.
can't do anything.
Like
I
once
mean-
you hit a certain point of overall difference, like it doesn't matter. I mean, it kind of does if the guy's like absolutely trash, but the skill differential isn't going to make up for the overall difference in teams.
I mean,
No, I
Austin-
said-
Like I feel like
Yeah.
once you hit like
Octane was
5, 6 overalls, sometimes 4, depending on like the personnel, then like it gets really hard on the worst team user.
my team was 96 overall. Our King's team was like 80 overall, and he still beat me with like Tyrell Williams as his best receiver.
Oh my god.
Because I don't know.
That's crazy.
That's
That's
Just-
crazy.
He's just unbeatable in the Super Bowl. You can't beat him.
let me ask you this. So just to continue on, and we'll get this wrapped up real quick.
Yeah, I gotta go in like 10 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do this just so we can satisfy Jam a little bit. Man or zone? That's my
Zone.
question.
I mean, it depends on your corners and stuff. I would
Man.
go with zone.
Or zone, Nick?
So,
Wiggy?
If you got that like perfect press man team, you can run it
Yeah.
every single play and it will work. But like,
It's like-
if you can't run it every single play and it won't work, then zone.
because if I'm
Plus, you
Jack,
can't run it every single play.
if
That's
I'm
the
Jack
cheat
Barr,
rule.
if I'm Jack Barr, I'd go with man every play. Because he has the team
Well-
to play man.
I choose zone because it's just easier to disguise zones than it is man's. Almost every single time you call man, you know it's gonna be man. So
Yeah.
you just call the appropriate hot route or something to beat man.
Yeah, the thing is with man, what's
That's
the
why I miss
weakness of man?
baseline.
Like, what's the weakness of press man? Like, outside verts, if you got the speed, the tight end in the back, people use it the tight end or the back.
It hitches and running the ball.
But
I mean, if
cover
you
two. But go
If you
ahead.
press, you're not going to have hitches.
No, yeah, you will. The hitches don't get pressed.
I've
Like-
never been able to run a hitch against press man.
No, straight up, call a hitch.
Yeah,
And
hitches.
in the
No, he's
slot
right. Hitches
against
are
press man.
unbunchable. Are on
Yeah.
yeah.
Unpressable. You can't press a hitch. That's it's an easy beat.
Interesting.
Like it's just in Madden, like they don't press the hitch. You can't. They can press a curl, but you can't press a hitch. They just call a hitch.
I got Josh next
And then
week, so that's good to know.
And then if they use the hitch, then just throw it to like a corner route or something, some other man beater.
Who runs the most man in the league? It's got to be either Jack Bar or Jam, doesn't it?
No, it's Josh.
No, Josh.
Oh,
Josh.
Josh.
Not even close.
Sorry, not Jack Bar.
I mean, Jack Bauer is about a man, I think. At least he should.
Yeah.
Oh, DZ. I was like, who the fuck is Josh? I was trying to think.
Oh yeah, and running back routes also, like angle routes or those little like out routes from the running back that kind of go. Like,
Angles are
Everyone
okay
and their
against
mother.
any single
Out.
coverage.
Everyone and their mother runs angles because it's so OP. It's unreal.
yeah,
even
it's
me-
super
me
OP against
included.
man. I mean, not just hitches, like all those running back routes are OP too, and wheels. So I mean, it's man press isn't impossible to beat. It's pretty easy if you know how to do it.
No, it's not impossible.
Zone is
Hard to
overall
stop.
better.
I feel like zone can get torched, but zone you get more turnovers.
Yeah, and zone, like I said, it's easier to disguise zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
When you call man, you know it's man. When you call zone, you can be
Yeah.
like cover 2, cover 4.
But you
cover
can
3,
make zone look like man. Like you can make it
you can, yeah.
Yeah.
like cover
That's what I'm
like
saying.
cover two man and cover 3 press. When you call it off the snap, look the exact same.
Yeah.
Same with or even if you could show blitz or press, like it will look the same as man too. Like that's why I really miss baseline because you could just make all your coverage look the same.
Mm.
You can't see the matchups though. That's the only thing. That sucks.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with it. You can't see the matchups.
Does anybody actually
Sucks.
use that though? Like, who
Baseline?
actually uses
I
No,
I use
no.
it whenever I see like a one-on-one on the outside. I see
Jam does his where he doesn't man align. He mans align everything, no matter what he's running.
Yeah, man align's fine, but baseline is the one that's banned because baseline's
Yeah.
the one that doesn't show you the matchups. Plus, people would baseline and not know that they needed to move their slot corners back and align them correctly. So it just makes it easier on people, and that way they don't mess up with baseline.
Yeah.
I just jumped in
Yeah.
practice mode for these hitches, and this is like game breaking to me.
He just became the cheesiest user in the league, so congrats to him.
I mean, you still can't call a hitch every single play. There's very few plays to hitch anyways. So
Listen,
it's not like game breaking or anything.
nah,
And
it
hitches
is
aren't going to
game
get you
breaking.
a million yards.
I don't think I've ever
I don't
ran
need a million
hitch.
yards every single play.
I mean, hitches are very. This is where I want you to stop. This is where you're going to stop. This is how much yards we're getting. That's pretty much what a hitch is.
All right. This
Y'all
is
just
pretty
need to
much
stop
done.
hating on KJ.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah.
that's a good podcast.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up. I guess next time we'll have more game theory talk. I didn't know that was supposed to be a part of it, but whatever.
Next pod.
Next pod, and then we'll have playoffs. Ooh, I'm so excited! Get ready, boys. We're getting close to the playoffs and the off
Yeah.
season. I can't wait for the off season talk.
When will next pod be like? What about what week? You guys thinking?
Probably start of the playoffs, to be honest.
Yeah. White
Yeah.
card.
All right.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
be
think
really
that'd be a
mad
good
if I'm
call.
a 14-2
See you guys in a few
division
weeks
winner
then.
playing on Wild Card Weekend. I'm gonna trash
Hmm.
the NFC the whole episode if I'm hosting Wild Card Weekend at 14-2.
Wiggy, how mad are you gonna be if after all that work you're gonna have to play in the wild card? Pretty pissed, or
Yeah.
well, that's why I said you're gonna lose in the first round. It's already in your head.
Not in my head. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you can't be
Yes.
looking ahead to the wild card, Wiggy. Come on.
Stop hating on KJ. All right. He's gonna be the Super Bowl MVP.
Okay.
If I will eat crow if he wins Super Bowl MVP, I will happily admit that I'm wrong.
It's possible.
It is possible.
Someone
Alright,
just
that's
gotta
gonna do
not
it.
be scared to throw the ball.
All right,
and that'll be
guys.
good.
Yeah. Career podcast.
All right.
Let's wrap
see
this
ya.
up.